What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to my Calling All Heroes era NM4 playthrough. Today, it's time to take a look at a little Betsy face smashing, so it's off to the Wyvern Den. Now, you can 100% AFK this setup, but if you do AFK it, it takes forever, or what feels like forever. What you can do in like 10 minutes takes, say, 20-25 minutes to AFK. So it is substantially longer, and although it's doable, I strongly suggest that you do not AFK this map and just hop on in there and get the thing done. Now we're going to go with a nice round out. Of course, we're using the Abyss Lord and the DD2. I am going to bring some blocks along. On this side, we're putting them all the way back up on that bottom right egg. We're going to throw one wall here in the middle to cover both those lanes. Then we're going to throw one wall right over here. Now these walls are, it's debatable whether or not they're necessary. You may actually have a greater benefit from some proton beams and some CC, but I always put the walls there just in case. And then of course, if you are going to AFK it, you definitely want walls. So, you know, you don't want anything nasty happening while you're not paying attention. So, walls are definitely a plus. Now, we're going to go through Wave 1 at super speed, and then we're going to go through Wave 5 at super speed. But as you see, we are preempting Archer Hell, as we got two buff beams, one on each side right there. We're going to put a third buff beam right here in the back. Now this buff beam it will cover the bottom, it'll cover the bottom, the middle egg, and the bottom right egg, if there is a last resort situation. But these archers here are 100% going in just to take down Betsy in the last wave. Setting it up now just because we can. We've got the additional DU and everything we need to set it up. So these guys will be here as a last resort for the middle and the bottom right egg, but really just there for Betsy. Now here's where the real pain comes in. You're going to go with 8 archers, 4 on each side of this buff beam. Of course, you're going to get them all buffed then, and they're just going to be one shot per second, complete badasses. Now you see, we place these lanes not towards where Betsy would spawn. We place these lanes so that they get proper lane coverage. We want them covering multiple lanes. These particular archers right here, really in theory, are covering 4 lanes, which is pretty ridiculous. But just the nature of the archers and how they shoot from 2 central points on each side. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Get your archers placed right. Make sure they're all buffed. You know, make sure, sometimes it's tricky to get them all in the buff beam like you want it until you get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, it's not really a problem. But make sure your archers are all in the buff beam, and the dead giveaway for that, for me anyway, is the archers will be down to 1 second per shot, which of course just brings along the beast mode as well. And you can see that one's at 125, so not quite there. Those two are both at 125, so you need to replace them down. Once again, it's important to make sure those are buffed. It's not going to make or break you, but who doesn't want buffed archers, you know? The amount of DPS is, even with a EV2 with 0 defense power, the amount of DPS that gets added to these archers when they're in a buff beam is just absolutely insane. Now you see, rather than rebuilding here, I just said to hell with it and threw one out there astray. Like I said, it's not going to make or break you, but, you know, ideally you want to get them all buffed. And then going to do the same thing here over on this side. Once again, these archers are not to take down Betsy in Wave 5. These archers are just 100% to control the lanes. And there's going to be a lot of arrows flying, so of course we've got lots and lots of flyers, plus a pretty heavy amount of ground mobs for a map that essentially just has 4 waves. The 5th wave, of course, you'll get baddies, but the 5th wave is all about Betsy. Just about there. Just a few more things to throw around. I'm going to throw some archers right up here. Now these archers, of course, are not getting dual coverage. They're covering those 2 lanes right there, but the archers to the back essentially aren't doing anything unless something pushes all the way around the tree. If something gets all the way around to where those blockades are, these archers are going to put a little bit of pain on them as well. Pretty solid start so far. Of course, you don't get 100% of your mana on this map to start off. And then here we go with Wave 1, and we're just going to do this one at 5 times speed. That 10 times speed a few videos ago, it made my eyeballs unhappy, so I can't imagine it's doing much for yours either. Now, the waves, of course, burn pretty quick, even though there is a lot of mobs, but they're easy to burn. Easy enough. And then, of course, Betsy has arrived, throwing down all of her goodness. In the process, wiping out 2 lanes. Now, I usually just park right up top here on my EV2 and burn her down. And then, of course, when she flies off, you can get some shots in on her as she comes back up across those the buffed archers that you put all the way down at the bottom of the map. A little untimely death there, no big deal. And really at the bottom of the map by that first egg, when she parks up there, that's when you're going to do all the damage to her. So make sure you get a little Dragolich action on her too if you can. And she'll be gone within just a couple of passes. Now, like I said, you can do this map 100% AFK. This particular stage of it can take a while. Sometimes it goes quick, sometimes not. But there it is. So thanks again. We'll see you.